So Dantas on debut this weekend, the South Aussie, who's hoping to do a lot of races in 2017, is up aboard. The Californian Sarah Price as the green flag waves for the final time here in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks presented by Traxxas. And we're off and racing. Lots of smoke from a couple of trucks already. What a great shot as we watch them hit their way down to turn 1 on lap 1.
Dantas and Price out in front early. That Clipsal 500 truck with Dantas looking good, getting through that section. We saw some of the Utes having trouble in that section. Oh, dude dives to the inside of his teammate. He says, it's Sarah, maybe I'm not going to bump her as I try to pass her here and be cool with it.
Dantas across the first ramp. And Sarah Price going with him right now. Morris is in third, Bill Hines, and Matt Nolan, who's just given up on the idea of running hoods today. Just going to keep that engine cool for the entire 12-lap journey.
Yes, here we go. Now, we've seen some problems there. A couple trucks getting into that barrier. If they get into that barrier, there will be a caution. That is there to slow them down, to keep them at bay off that huge Traxxas ramp right there. So right now, everyone getting through clean, looking good. Robbie Gordon still all the way in the back of the pack, hopefully not having trouble with that truck. As we go into a replay here.
PJ Jones.
PJ Jones.
Contact.
Oh, Creed and Gordon getting to Jones. Jones got in the tires there. We are replay. We're on board with Toby Price in the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 sponsored truck. Wow. That was wild of PJ Jones. I'm wondering what happened. It's like almost like he lost his steering. We know he had a power steering pump issue earlier today in qualifying.
Oh, Brabs.
And wow, Brabham just making it happen. Luckily, that's a soft wall. It's a tire wall right there. Oh.
Brakes jammed on hard on the Royal Purple Oils entry. And look at the two trucks behind Creed.
It's Creedy. Here comes Gordon. Boom. Nowhere left to go. That they really couldn't have gotten any luckier right there. Everyone involved.
Totally. Puts Jones to back as they come through to complete the first lap of 12 around here. So Gordon and Gardner towards the tail end of the field, but it's Dantas and Price having to charge down the inside here.
But she's missed the chicane there. She's going to have to give that spot back. Looks like she did already.
That's the dude down the inside.
Dantas to the inside. He's back in the lead. Dude moves up to second place. Oh, the Traxxas teammates both up on 3 wheels as they pass through the pack quickly.
Brabham comes down hard and look at Creed. He's had enough to see to the back already. Even with a couple of competition cautions. Matt Mingay.
Oh, Matt Mingay.
It's all been done, hasn't it?
Matt and Sheena here cheering on their teammate Robbie Gordon this weekend, flying the Mingay colors. Oh, World Jim, all kinds of sideways. Bill Hines getting some big air right there. Bill running right in the middle of the pack. We see Bill with a lot of pole starts. Open track right now. He's stuck in the middle of the pack, so it's a whole new ball game. Oh, looks like Dantas.
Nolan.
Oh, is it Nolan? Nolan gets in to Bill Hines right there. Nolan just coming in way too hot in that section right there. Just absolutely nowhere left to go. Seeing a lot of trucks already torn up. Most of it cosmetic thus far. Hopefully it stays that way as this race slowly unfolds. But a lot of action so far. Keep in mind, folks, it's supposed to be 3 laps. Mandatory competition caution. 3 more laps. All 4 trucks up on 2 wheels. Sarah Price hangs on it. They go 3 wide.
Here comes the baptism of fire from the Traxxas twins. The Creed truck just breathing a little bit heavier. We saw that during practice this morning. And Sarah Price decides to slot back in behind the 2 and follow the leader for a bit. We're on board with Toby Price, no relation, but our Dakar champion from this year, high above the streets of Surfers Paradise here on lap 3.
All right, now there is Bill Hines. Bill Hines was running so well, he got moved out of the way by Nolan. Meanwhile, this epic battle for second place with like 5 different trucks is allowing Paul Morris to pull away right now.
So this was Dantas fighting the wall, and in the background was Bill Hines, and watch Matt Nolan lock the rears. Hines is doing the same and just gets bench pressed.
I think Hines may, I see what you did there. I think Hines was having some braking problems, but he was going to make it, but then he just got, as you said, bench pressed right there. The truck sponsor of that one, Mike Mel there from World Gym. He might not be too happy with him for that, but Bill Hines hanging on best he can. Dantas all over the place, really squirrely here in this moto. I think it'd be in his best interest to slow down in order to go fast right now and finish this race.
The pint-sized little racer from Adelaide making his debut is now Sean Richardson gets into Robbie Gordon.
Oh, Richardson gets into Gordon, moves him out of the way, and you know, right now I guarantee Sean Richardson, such a great guy. he'd realize right now, he's like, oh no, what did I just do?
You might just say, Robbie, you just go past. I'll follow you for a while.
Absolutely. He's not going to even want to get out of his truck when he gets back to the paddock later.
Incredible scenes, and it's only the first 3 laps of this race. Watching Creed come down on the back wheels. It's his teammate ahead and championship rival. The background is Sarah Price. Here's Dontas. Oh, man. No wonder there's so many people up against that fence. We should lobby to go over there next year and commentate.
No, I'm good right here. Dontas getting real squirrely like they're Traxxas on Traxxas, and there we are out for the first of what should be 2 mandatory competition full course cautions. Now this is going to bring the pack back together again. Now, this is great for, say, Robbie Gordon or Bill Hines. You know, Bill Hines and Robbie both getting taken out in instances that had nothing to do with them. Now they're stuck on the back. They can catch up to the pack. But now someone like Paul the Dude Morris, you know, he's got that Hungry Jack Super Cheap truck on rails right now running well, but now they're all caught up. And look at that, PJ Jones, the Royal Purple truck. I have to think some kind of power steering issue with that truck.
A weekend to forget, and there's a moment that Sean Richardson will be thinking about for the rest of the day here. As he just gets into the back of the Hot Wheels Castrol Edge entry that Matt Mingay would normally drive, and Robbie Gordon has decided to suit up behind the wheel of this truck and lights the bags and disappears down the streets of Surfers Paradise.
I can only imagine the look on Matt and Sheena Mingay's face right now when they saw that happen right there. You know, Matt say, you know, he's led these races, he's won these races, he's had that happen to him, so nothing new there, but look at Matt. He gets it. I mean, if anyone knows racing, it's this guy right here, and he's been on the good and bad side of everything, so.
Just imagine right now, be going, get me out there, seriously, yeah. I can't handle this anymore.
Oh, he's jonesing to be in that truck. Jonesing to be in that truck. There's Bill Hines, that World Gym entry, running very well. Bill, one of the only guys to still, after now going in round 3 of the weekend, to have a clean, good-looking truck with quality finishes. So that speaks a lot for Bill Hines. He led a little while in race number 1. He's kept a clean truck all weekend. And then, of course, you know, he got assisted around when he was minding his own business. So hopefully this mandatory comp caution is going to help him out.
Still yet to win a race in the Spin Energy Stadium Super Trucks, but a couple of podium positions. We've been joking with him all year as much as we can because he can get a little bit upset at times, but we've got him on our side at the moment. He says, more pole positions I get, the more chance of a race win. I remember that race in Toronto this year where he started from pole position. By the time they got down Lakeshore Boulevard, he was 4th.
Yeah, and you know, it just takes time, you know, and more seat time for him. And like you said, you know, sometimes the guys get him wound up and then he's happy again, and that's all of us. I mean, if you hang out with this group of guys, you know, it's like an emotional roller coaster. Everyone just picks on you, then we all laugh, and that's just part of it, man. And you got to have some thick skin to hang out with this group.
How about this guy out in front, Paul Morris, hoping to right the wrongs of what's been a tough weekend. He'll lead us back to the restart here. The first competition caution is in the books, and we get back underway. He's got Matt Brabham, Sheldon Creed, and Sarah Price still running tough there in 4th position.
I mean, this is great news right now for Sheldon Creed. If he can start making some moves and get up there with in front of Paul Morris, we know Robbie Gordon, he's near the back right now. Robbie's got a lot of ground to make up. Can he do it? Of course he can do it, but he's going to need some luck. He's going to make sure that no one else takes him out and moves him out of the way. So right now, Paul Morris out in front, behind him, Traxxas on Traxxas. That is Brabham and Creed. We're on board with our current leader right now. There's a Hungry Jack Super Cheap truck. What a shot back there.
The fans pressed up against the wall on the left-hand side there, right next to the ramp, getting the best view around this Surfers Paradise Street Circuit. It's through the temporary chicane before the ramp at the Virgin Australia chicane.
First through trucks, get through clean right there. I'm going to be really surprised if Matt Brabham's hood stays on this whole race. It's already loosened up. You can see in the faster sections, the hood's blown up, kind of getting in his face now. All it's going to take is a couple bumpers, and that hood's going to be gone as well.
I get the feeling we're seeing a bit of racing between these two, like we saw in Toronto in the first race of the weekend. They ran side by side for the last couple of laps. A lot of respect between these two guys.
Absolutely there is. You know, they're young men. They're super, super talented. And now what's even cooler to throw in the mix, you got Paul Morris, who has the speed to win. He's proven that. He's taken checkered flags here in Super Truck racing, but he's had some bad luck. Now he's out front. He is not going to be an easy guy to get by. He's going to drive like he's got mirrors on. He's got the elbows wide. Because right now, Brabham goes to the outside of him, carries some speed, not able to make it happen. So it is right now still the dude, Brabham, Creed, Sarah Price, and Toby Price. Now they're taking notes from these three, and they're just pulling them along right now. So great racing for all of them.
And very tight across the whole field is now Brabham. He's down the inside. They're side by side on the run down to the chicane. Is Brabham going to muscle his way through? I think yes, and they're going to push the dude off.
Pushes the dude off. wondering if the dude's going to give him that spot or not. It's going to be questionable. That's going to be something for Jason Smith with USAC and the team from CAMS to decide what's going to happen there. Paul's moving backwards, so he's not getting that spot. That puts Morris back in third. Trax is huge there. Watch out, Brabham's flying sideways all weekend long. Sean Richardson has lost some fiberglass there in the middle of the track. No need for a caution. We're going to run that over.
That's 18 hoods now instead of one. Being crushed up as down they land. How many different angles do you like?
As many as you can think of, and that's what we're getting right here. There is Richardson. He was crossed up there as well.
Oh! Goodness me!
I saw him take off. He was crossed up. We didn't see the landing.
Seriously, that is the fastest spin you've ever seen.
That truck, there's got to be broke. You see the rear end shoved up like that. The concrete wall, those walls don't give. We saw him get all kinds of sideways off the takeoff, but we didn't see him land. Meanwhile, back on board with the dude. He is right behind Sheldon Creed and Brabham. The dude bumping him just a little bit, moving Sheldon just a little bit. Up on 3 wheels for all of our top, 6 trucks. Just a big torque wheelie, just putting the power to the ground with those Toyo tires.
Incredible stuff on lap number 6. The next competition caution not too far away as we get a bird's eye view from the Paddock Club. They come on by one more time. This race is anybody's at the moment.
Look at Robbie Gordon starting to make up through the pack right now. The rear end of that truck pretty banged up. Got caught up in 2 different instances so far in this race. We are on lap number 7 of 12. Wow, great racing. Creed goes to the inside. Brabham gives a little space. Very gentle, nice and easy, respecting one another. Only for these laps. You got a few laps left to go where the respect will probably go out the window. Creed out in front right now. That's where he needs to be if he wants an overall, and he needs Gordon to stay way in the back. I don't believe that's going to happen.
So much to play out as they come down to the little chicane before the ramp at the Virgin Australia chicane. Across the top go the Traxxas twins. Behind them is Toby Price and the dude as Brabham steps out.
Wow, wild racing right there. You see him getting over that section. All kinds of stuff. Every angle a truck could possibly fly. We've seen it happen right on that jump. There is Gordon in the Mingay colors, the Hot Wheels Castrol Edge truck. He gets to the inside, I believe, of Sarah Price. Makes a nice clean move on her. Still on front, Creed, Brabham, Arctic Cat KTM's, Toby Price, Paul the Dude Morris. He's moved back to P4 right now.
2 prices running together as they've done all weekend long. They're no relation, but certainly mega talents from their respective categories as these two just put on a clinic here.
Absolutely. These guys are the Traxxas teammates. The fastest name in radio control are checking out on the pack right now. Toby Price doing everything he can to hang with him, but keep in mind, as long as these guys keep the trucks moving forward, there will be another comp caution coming up. And there we have it, another mandatory competition caution.
Well, let's check out some replays. This will be Richardson coming off the back, and as he gets the wall on the left-hand side, oh man, there was a V8 Utes crash here a couple of years ago involving Adam Marjoram that went into the wall super hard. There was no tyre wall there that day, and about 2 or 3 360s in one hit.
Wow, he never getting out of the gas either. Lucky, so lucky that was a tire wall right there because he hit that hard, fully bottoming out, using every inch of suspension with those King shocks. Up on the gas, can't get out of it, just wide open. I got nowhere to go. Wow, that's worth the price of admission right there.
It's tore away.
Positive quality trailers truck takes a huge shot. The number 12 of Sean Richardson lands on the gas still, goes into a pirouette, if you will.
2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's a bell ringer right there.
Oh, absolutely. A positive quality trailers truck took a big shot right there.
Truck behind him there too. Hard to pick up who that is coming. Is that Dantas?
I think that might be Dantas coming in there as well. But what a wild ride.
Can you imagine if that tire wall wasn't there?
Not only did he bend the bumper mounts, he bent the bumper and snapped part of the bumper off. I don't know if that was from this incident or for when he got into Robbie Gordon earlier today in this race.
This is the landing we saw from behind for Sheldon Creed. Watch the left rear of the truck as it comes down.
Oh, how that truck is still moving forward right now, I don't know. They are built so tough, but something, in some instances, something's got to give. And that was a wild landing. So right now you see the remnants of the first portions of this race right now with Dantas and the Clipsal 500 truck he's pulled off. That is PJ Jones, son of Parnelli Jones. And Jones in the royal purple, number 30, I would imagine has a steering issue. That's what it seemed to be earlier on.
Tough weekend for him.
Yeah, tough weekend for him, and very upsetting because, you know, he's been in a couple different rides this year, and he's put a few different trucks up on the podium. You know, he's proven he's been an overall winner. He's been a multi-time moto winner different weekends, and he can drive anything. And so sad weekend because PJ Jones does not show up just for a Sunday ride. He shows up to win. So we are lap 8 of 12 right now. This is race number 3, the last and final race here in Surfers Paradise. So pretty exciting so far, Matt Nolte.
We settle down for the final sector of this race. I don't know much more I can handle of this.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm a little wound up right now. We got a handful of laps left to go, and this has been absolutely wild. This is Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks presented by Traxxas at its finest as our last and final green flag is off and flying, Matt.
Away we go to the Traxxas twins. Disappear. Championship on the line here between the two guys. Down to the chicane for the first time. We've got Price back in third. Morris is next. They eat the curb down there at the Gold Coast chicane.
Now, every one of these guys are doing their best to eat the curb because there has been penalties now handed out. Sean Richardson, he lost a point, an overall weekend point for cutting the curb yesterday. Still awarded his 3rd place, but lost an overall weekend point. So these guys are not in a position to do that, especially Creed, Brad, and Gordon, these guys that are running for overalls right now. So they've got to be smart. Look at Sean Richardson still digging in that truck. Oh, I believe that might have been Creed.
It was. And that's going to be looked at. Jason Smith from USAC is going to be looking at that very, very hard indeed.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to say anything. You know, I'm not going to speculate right now, but it's going to be something along the lines of after the race, Jason Smith's hand's going to be on Sheldon's shoulder and saying, hey, little buddy, I'm sorry, but... So we'll see what happens here. It depends. I'm not making that call. That's not our job to do.
Oh, no, it's Brabham.
Brabham gets it.
So we take that back.
Wow.
It was so close in the initial look.
Yeah, it's hard to see these, you know, these two Traxxas trucks, Creed and Brabham, they're on top of each other right now. So Creed gets through clean. Brabham does just tag it. So that's going to be upsetting. There's going to be some form of penalty assessed for that.
So close for so long. They've been glued to each other for majority of this race. Creed, Brabham, Toby Price, your top 3. But it's Robbie Gordon who won yesterday. What a sight from our Virgin Australia Paddock Club. They zip on by on lap number 9.
I tell you now, Robbie Gordon, he's had fastest qualifying twice this weekend. So he has the speed. Oh, Brabham the inside. Creed gets pushed over a little bit, not able to make it happen, cuts that curb. A lot going on right there. We're going to see if there'll be any type of penalty there. I mean, that was kind of, you know, a give and take right there. They were helping each other cheat the system. So we'll see what happens. But like I was mentioning, Gordon, very fast in qualifying. He might have what it takes to get up and run with these guys.
Now, while they continue to battle, this is bringing Toby Price and Robbie Gordon all that little bit closer to it. As down to the chicane they come, it's cleared it out, so it makes this even faster now. Oh, my goodness.
Grab him. Just wide open. Now, here's the thing. He really doesn't have any choice. Sheldon Creed will not lift. He will not lift off that jump. Oh, Gordon goes to the inside, and Toby Price not making it happen. Gordon almost spins out. Is the dude able to capitalize as he is? Paul, the dude Morris, gets to the inside, makes that happen. We saw Brabham there, huge air. The thing is, if he wants any chance in winning this race, Brabham has to hit it wide open because Sheldon Creed, he's not going to lift. He won't. He's going to hit it wide open.
Look how high above the fence it is.
Wow. Matty Brabs right there. That's a postcard. I'm sending that home to the family. Welcome to the Gold Coast.
Oh, it's hit the chassis at the front as well.
Oh, and sparks are flying. I tell you, it's a good thing this is the last race in Australia for these trucks because they're going to need some TLC. When they get home, Brabham flying all kinds of crooked right now. The white flag is out. This is the last and final lap.
Down to the chicane again. Pinches the right front through the Gold Coast chicane. The two Traxxas twins turning it up to 11 on the final lap here.
Oh my goodness. These guys are just wide open right now, just out on their own. Toby Price at P3 and the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 truck with the KTM on the back of it. Right now, Traxxas and Traxxas back and forth right here in the front. What a battle. I can't lie to you, Matt Nolte. I'm a little nerved up going into this jump section.
You are. Stand back. Through they come, high-speed approach across the Traxxas ramp, and again it's another one from Brabham. He had to do it, and now he's right on the back of the 2015 champ. Make or break moment here.
No fear whatsoever from these two young Traxxas drivers. Brabham to the inside, smoke off both of their tires. Bump on 3 wheels right now, headed towards the checkered flag. Only a few turns left to go, Matt.
Through they come. So he's got a couple of chances. It'll be the run out of here and down to the Castrol hairpin. Past the wall cam on the final time, right against the wall. A race for the ages here at Surfers Paradise. He locks the brakes again. He's trying to defend the bottom line. And now Brabham tries to switch back.
Brabham tries to go to the inside. 3 wheels, a good feel as they bring it down to the checkered flag. Traxxas on Traxxas. One last chicane. I'm expecting some huge explosive air coming off this Toyo Tire and Traxxas ramps. That chicane gets moved as well. Under control. Hang on, fellas. The checkered flag is out. Sheldon Creed, P1. Matty Brabham, P2. What an amazing race right there.
Wow. Put that above Toronto as the best race of the year. Incredible. They've done it again. And Sheldon Creed wins for the 2nd time this weekend at Surfers Paradise. And 12 wins to the season. The Traxxas twins putting on an absolute show here today.
Just unbelievable. Just some wild, wild racing there. And give it to almost the majority of the guys out there. Ran really well. They kind of kept their stuff together and were able to make it happen.
Replay across the backside of the circuit. Incredible, but he had to do it. He pushed as hard as he could down here. Creed was locked up for at least 100 metres. Brabham almost spun the number 83 truck down and almost got into the back of him.
Oh my goodness, wild race. I mean, kudos to both of these drivers for hanging on there as best they can. There is Sheldon Creed just smoking those Toyo tires off right now.
Don't you think the fans love it?
I believe that would be win number 12 this year
for the year
for Sheldon Creed. So extremely impressive. See Rodney Gordon, Creed, all out there having a great time.
Gordon just loves turning it on. Oh, nice little shot around here. Gordon moving back up to the backside of the chicane. Creed, Brabham and Price, your top 3 here in the final race for the Australian Series. They'll be back in 2017 on the streets of Adelaide. Just listen to that crowd. Toby Price, another solid drive for the Dakar champ aboard the number 87 KTM machine. But Creed, less than half a second ahead of Brabham. It was Price 3rd, Gordon in 4th, Morris 5th, Sarah Price in 6th, then Greg Gardner, Sean Richardson, down to Matt Nolan and Craig Dontis, who retired after the 2nd competition caution, and PJ Jones, who dropped out, we fear, with steering issues once again in race number 3 of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.